All right, the news is brought to you by Eagle Mortgage. Eagle Mortgage knows mortgages, and Holly Schneidewin and her team there have been doing it for a long time, 30 plus years. But if you're thinking about buying a house, it's a big decision. You know, for most people, it's about the most expensive thing you buy, unless you're going to buy like a business or something like that, or a commercial building. So a home's a lot of money, and you want to make sure you finance it in the way that is most advantageous to you and your financial future. And that's one of the things that's nice about Eagle Mortgage. They're not a bank. They can shop banks and find the one that's right for you and the terms that are right for you. So give them a call if you're thinking about buying a house, or stop by the office, 114th and Davenport. Online, you can find them at eaglemortgagecompany.com. Brad was driving by the Mutual of Omaha headquarters construction site, 14th and Farnham, yesterday on my weekly Grow Omaha tour. And the forms are in place for the elevator shear tower, the elevator shaft, to start rising.
It also looked like some of the basement wall forms are going up too. They're really going. They just poured that slab a week ago, and they're already putting the forms for the walls up.
Yeah, you know, I'm kind of thinking that building might go up a little faster than some of us imagined. I mean, we know what the timeline is, 2026. But it just, to me, I'm surprised it's this far along as it is in the short period of time since ground was broken late last winter.
Yeah, it really has gone quick. The columns are up for the parking garage pretty much all the way around the whole city block now, and they're starting to get the interior of the building going. So it'll be fun to watch this winter. Yeah,
it really is. Every time you go by it, it looks a little bit different, and someday it'll look a lot bit taller. Well, an old eyesore gas station has been removed at 48th and Dodge. This gas station had been abandoned for a long time. Last week, we told you about some single-family houses in the area that had been removed to make way for a 330-unit, $82 million apartment project. There were some commercial buildings that needed to be removed. As of yesterday, the gas station is gone.
I would have been willing to bet a lot of money that you would have been down there getting action shots of that gas station coming down.
I'm not going to lie to you. When I drove down there yesterday, my hope was that it would be happening. It appears as if I was a few hours too late. But if I was a more intrepid reporter and photojournalist...
I mean, I'll put that on a list of buildings that you really were excited to see come down towards the top.
As Brad knows, I've been complaining about that abandoned gas station for probably 5+ years.
The only thing you'd be more happier about is if the state office building by the Mutual Tower comes down.
I hate the state office building downtown because every time I drive by it, it looks like a prison. And then I think of the fact that we tore down an 18-story building from the early 1900s.
Beautiful building.
That was awesome. And was once, the tallest building between Chicago and San Francisco or something like that. And we replaced it with a 3-story brutalist structure that looks like a prison or a really awful high school.
Yes. Great descriptions.
Who knows? Maybe some of the people that work in there would say it is prison, but I'm not gonna judge. So the Street of Dreams is going on right now. This is put on by Metro Omaha Builders Association. And it's always a lot of fun. I always enjoy the Street of Dreams. And so it's this weekend. You can go today or tomorrow from noon to 7. If you don't make it this weekend, it's also next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, noon to 7. They're doing it a little bit differently this year. In the past, the Street of Dreams would be one cluster of really cool, nice new houses in one neighborhood. This year, it's kind of a tour of dreams, actually. And there are 8 houses in 5 neighborhoods. And yesterday afternoon, my wife and I visited 3 of them. We visited one in Legend Trails neighborhood, and it's 225th and Q Street, really cool house. And then we saw 2 in the Pravada neighborhood, which is southwest of 204th and West Center Road. The other 5, we might make it out there today or tomorrow, but we're gonna go see all of them. If you want to go, you can. Probably the easiest thing to do would just be to go to Metro Omaha Builders Association website, and they give you a ticket, and then they punch your card at each one of the 8 houses. And pretty sweet deal. You can see the latest and the greatest.
That's what I always enjoyed about going, was just you see things that you never thought of, or just different things, the new trends. Besides the cool houses, a lot of them have like cool landscaping and stuff like that too.
Yeah, it's definitely a treat to go see it. So a couple other things we wanted to mention in the news today. Fusion Medical has opened in the R&R Realty building. The R&R Realty building is called the Waterford Building, and it is southeast of 192nd and Dodge. The building is 175,000 square feet, 4 stories. Fusion Medical, one of the many medical staffing companies in town, takes about 115,000 square feet.
The building everyone knows as the one with the great big fountain on Dodge Street.
I tell you what, that's a heck of a landmark.
Yeah, that all you have to say is the big fountain, and they'll know exactly which building to go to.
And by the way, I love that fountain. I love driving by and seeing it all lit up and everything else. It's pretty cool
with the color change and light show, and
yeah,
matches the building too.
What's really entertaining is if it's an exceptionally windy day and you see the fountain going sideways. But yeah, I love that fountain. Great landmark right there on Dodge. Brad, the Lost Rail Golf Course in Gretna. This is a new deal built into the hills on the east side of the Elkhorn River, and this thing is getting a lot of praise.
Yeah, it was just Clubhouse was just nominated, or just won Clubhouse of the Year.
Yeah, this was Architectural Offices of Omaha did the design. They announced it on their Facebook page. But yeah, Clubhouse of the Year, pretty cool. The actual address is 233rd and Cary Road in Gretna, but basically it's way out on the hills right before you get to the Elkhorn River, steep hills. Cool. Real nice place.
I was working on the newest Omaha construction update recently, and I flew right over the golf course, and now after I landed, I see that they won this award. I was like, I should have taken some pictures of the golf course while I flew over it, not just looked.
Should have shot the golf course. Yeah. In 2022, an all-time record of 3,566 units of new apartment construction was approved in the Omaha metro area. That was in a World Herald report that came out early in the week. And that's pretty impressive. Over 3,500 new apartment units in the metro area. So far in 2022, or at least January through June, the first half of 2022, it was down to 946. So that would put you at about, if you stay on that trajectory, 2,000 apartment units, which is closer to normal.
Yeah, I think I see apartments going up all over town. I know there's more plans. So, and I feel like there's still a shortage of housing, and I mean, definitely for housing, but I still feel like there's a shortage of apartments too.
You know, it's fascinating because I was talking with a couple of the commercial real estate colleagues at NAI NP Dodge this week, and we were talking about this apartment construction boom and all that. The occupancy is still in the high 90s.
Yeah, and they're going to keep putting them up as fast as they can until that comes down.
You know, they interviewed a property manager for one of the local real estate companies that has a lot of units in the downtown, midtown area, and that person said that only about a quarter of the new tenants were actually from Omaha.
Yeah, was that the Mercantile, right?
Yeah, or one of those buildings down in that area. Yeah. I know the Mercantile developer said publicly at the Commercial Real Estate Summit,
yeah, that's what it was,
that about 28% of the residents were from out of state. This person said that in their downtown properties that only about, I think, 25 or 30% of the people were from Omaha, and the rest were from out of town. So there seems to be a lot of anecdotal evidence that there are a lot of people coming in. I mean, shoot, if you can build record numbers of apartment units and you still have an occupancy rate of 98% or whatever it is, you got to have a lot of people coming to town.
Yeah, you sure do. You got to fill them up.
So we have construction going on just southwest of 168th and Blondo. And this is for D.R. Horton Homes local office. So if you can picture that 168th and Blondo intersection, there was a building that at one time was a pet spa, pet resort, if you will. And then after that, it was used as a COVID-19 testing center. That 20,000 square foot building will be the Omaha area headquarters for DR Horton Homes, and they're one of those big, huge, massive. I mean, they are the biggest home builder in the country, and they come in and they can really build at volume and scale, which is a concern to some homeowners that have to compete with that. But on the other hand, when you've got a housing crisis like we do, might not be a bad thing.
Yeah, they're definitely putting up a lot of houses out in West Omaha right now.
So much growth, so many things happening, and Brad and I are going to be with you for the whole hour. Later on, we're going to be talking about projects out by 204th and Dodge. We're going to be talking about some census data that could have an indication as to just how much Omaha is growing. So many things to talk about. But for now, we're going to wrap up the news of the week, brought to you by Eagle Mortgage.
If you like this video, be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons. And remember, Grow Omaha is not just media. This is a mission. We are trying to build up Omaha and make it an even better place. We can only do that with your help. Share this video with your friends, neighbors, and family.